Well, hello, my beautiful Scorpio. Welcome to my channel. This is Baba Jolie here with your career and money reading for the end of July right through the end of August 2024. I've already cleansed your space and I've meditated on your cards. For those of you who are returning, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for all your wonderful likes, shares, and subscribes. I am truly grateful for all your beautiful energy. Just a little reminder though, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one reading, just so you're aware. Also, please be mindful, scammers are about to pretend to be me and lots of other tarot readers. I do not do personal readings and I will never reach out to you personally to offer one. Also, I will never ask you for money, e-gifts, or donations. So if anyone masquerading as me asks for anything at all, please report them or ignore them. It is a scam, okay? Let's move straight on with your reading. I'm going to cleanse your space hourly, so please be mindful there's going to be 3 loud sounds. Let us begin. Okay, my beautiful Scorpio, this is your career and money reading. I'm going to get your overarching energy first and then follow it with a Celtic cross just to see what is coming towards you over the next coming weeks and months. Also, I've just opened a competition to win a free personal reading from me. I haven't been able to do this for quite some time due to certain circumstances beyond my control, but I'm able to open it up again because these issues have been resolved. But I'll let you know how to win that a little bit later on because some people are here just for the reading and I don't like to waste anyone's time. So let's get straight to it. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide my beautiful Scorpio? What do they need to know regarding their career and money situation? Can you please guide them for their highest good? What are they meant to be aware of at this time? Can you please show them the way? What are they meant to see regarding their career and money situation? Can you please guide them? What are they meant to be aware of? What is coming towards them at this time that they need to prepare for? Okay. I mean, you've got a lot of cards here that are connected to the world, about being adventurous, opening yourself up. So this is really about feeling comfortable in your career, you know, loving what you do, but having a healthy balance of enjoying what it is that you love doing, but at the same time opening yourself up to more spontaneity, to more enjoyment. I definitely see that you're going to be balancing a lot of things, multitasking, being pushed and pulled a little bit in different directions. Some of you are traveling. Okay, so you're trying to tie up loose ends over the next coming weeks and months, making sure that you get on top of things before you actually go on a vacation. And a lot of you are really trying to think of ways to be a little bit more nomadic in your career, whether that's to, branch out and emigrate and work in a different part of the world, or perhaps you're trying to implement a little bit more travel into your everyday working environment, or some of you are just trying to be a little bit more online so that you can travel around the world at the same time as do whatever it is that you do. These could be ideas that are floating around right now, but let's get to each individual card because your first card there is the Earth. Okay, so this is about grounding yourself in your career. I feel like you have had a lot on your plate recently, very pressurized. You've had a lot of tasks and responsibilities on your shoulders. But really right now, this is about checking in to see if you're happy where you're at. Because sometimes, you know, we can get into a role and we do it every day, right? Same old thing, just a different day. So some of you are feeling that it's nice where you're at to some degree, but also you may feel that, you know, you've got a little bit comfortable in your current circumstances and you just want to inject a little bit more sort of adventure or something different. It could be that you are approaching your career in a different way just to reignite that spark for it. I don't feel like everybody out there who's a Scorpio is like, you know what, I'm leaving where I'm at. I really get this sense of you trying to, do something different or daring in your industry. If you're an entrepreneur or if you work in a company, you're definitely trying to open yourself up to different ways of working. This could be like you implementing a new software program that helps your day-to-day tasks. It could be that you're excited to learn new things, to upskill in some way. just to keep that magic alive for your career, because it's just like a relationship, you know, you're kind of like married to your job for a certain period of time in your life, and you have to love it, and you have to feel like you are making progress, you're making a difference, you're making an impact in your career sector, and I definitely see you doing that. There's movement in your career, so I definitely see that you are on the move towards something a little bit more exciting. Could be a promotion, could be a raise, could be another step up the ladder, or some new status is what I see there. But ultimately, the Earth card is really about grounding and sort of growing where you are right now, flourishing in your career, whether that's, you know, upskilling, or whether that is basically you making a name for yourself in whatever sector it is that you work in. Again, whether you're an entrepreneur or whether you work for a company, this is about you being known for what you do. And this card is all about attracting wealth. It's about attracting more responsibility, I would say. So I do feel like you may be a little bit more busy over the next coming weeks and months. But also it's number 15. So this is also about healthy working practices. Number 15 is the Devil card energy. So this can be that some of you are literally addicted to your work. You know, when you want to accomplish something, you're very ambitious, my beautiful Scorpio, and you don't stop until it's done. And that's a really admirable trait to have. But also make sure that you have healthier working practices, that you have a really healthy cutoff point, that you've got some time for you. And, you know, sometimes, especially even when you take a break, you're still thinking about new ideas of how to strategize and, you know, the next steps on your journey in your career. So it's really important to make sure that when you go into your sanctuary, into your home space, that you create an environment where you can just switch off a little bit more, okay? Doesn't mean that you can't have the odd idea, but it's really important to have some downtime is what I'm seeing there. Also, number 15 can indicate some of you have been feeling a little bit stuck in your career. You may feel it's the same old thing, just a different day, and you're currently at a self-evaluation period where you're trying to inject a little bit more fun, or, as I said, spontaneity, or just new things or new ways of approaching something so that you can attract more wealth. For some of you, this could be second streams of income, because there are some major energies coming off this card. I feel this could be that some of you are thinking about a project or a business that you could run from home. It may run parallel to whatever it is that you do right now. These could be ideas that you're thinking of, or this is you doing this right now, and you know, it's that you're spreading yourself a little bit thin. Just watch out for that. I mean, I feel like you're totally on top of your game. I see actually someone setting an alarm clock right now in the water, and it's interesting because I'm seeing a certain time and then I'm seeing it being wound back. So it's almost like you're deciding to get up a little bit earlier. Perhaps you're setting your alarm clock for something earlier. Now, it could be that you're trying to incorporate something different into your day. Maybe you're taking a new route to work. Maybe that you want to get into the office early if you work in an office, or you want to start earlier so you can have more time for you, or you're booking some fun things for you to do personally and you want to just get ahead of the game. Whatever it is, I feel like you're totally on top of things this month. Now, of course, this card can be you assessing whether you're in a healthy environment where you work, or a healthy industry if you're an entrepreneur, and looking at the toxicity in the relationships or the environments that you work in. You know, some people, they may not be happy with what they do, and it filters out. We're all energy. So you could be looking at leaving a toxic environment, or making a plan, an escape plan, as it were, to get out of something so that you can free yourself up to do something that's a little bit more exciting, where you have a little bit more creative control and really utilize your skill set. So if you feel like you've hit a glass ceiling in your career in some area, this is a major month where I see you smashing through that glass ceiling, either to step into a new role, promotion-wise, or whether it is that you're putting your resume out there to find something new, okay? Now, of course, because you have so many cards, like literally every card is connected in some way to the world. So you could be looking at your industry and how the economy, the worldwide economy, is affecting things at this moment in time. And you may feel that things are pretty precarious. There are changes going on in every industry and sector at the moment. And you may be trying to protect yourself to make sure that you are an asset in any team, or if you're an industry and you work for yourself, you're just trying to stay ahead of the curve and make sure that you are on top of things and notice the changes that are going on so you can be flexible, but also that you can, navigate the changes that are occurring in your industry. And I definitely see that you're going to be able to do that. You're someone who is a hard worker. You're very invested. You give 1,000,000% of yourself to a career that you're ambitious about and that you're excited about. But it's always about finding new ways to revamp or revitalize, and be very investigative on how you can, be the best at what you do. And I definitely see that you're doing that. Now, we also have cave protection, okay? So this can indicate that even in difficult times, you are protected and redirected. But also, this is a card, you've got home, earth, protection, cave. Some of you may be working from home, and this could be your choice, or it could be that there's some changes going on in your working environment or in your industry. For example, if you work for a company, it could be that they're doing some restructuring, maybe relocating, and they require people to work from home briefly over the next coming weeks and months so that they can, reestablish a base or perhaps do some building work. Maybe there's something that needs fixing or repairing in the company, and they may send a couple of people home whilst this repair is going on. So that may occur for some of you out there, not all of you, but I'm really getting a major energy about this. If you do not work from home currently, I see some of you really having some wonderful money-making ideas that you can do from home. So this could be second streams of income, something maybe that you've already got in motion that you want to launch. Because what I'm getting here is this energy of you sort of gaining enlightenment on something and putting it into motion. I feel like you're taking first steps on something as well this month, and it's going to be very lucrative. All of your cards are connected to the earth, which means money. It means wealth. You are currently on a trajectory to build more prosperity and, get to the top of whatever it is that you work in. Now, for some of you, if you've come to this reading and you are currently out of work and you're looking for a new role, I see some of you actually, taking the bull by the horns, literally, and deciding to launch something that you are really good at. This could be a talent that you've got that you've not utilized. This could be something that you launch before you get a new role. It feels very much like, even if you have an idea for something and you put it to paper, then it feels like it's a catalyst for you to launch something. But I feel as soon as you put the idea to paper, it feels like a new role comes in. So they are parallel. I keep getting this energy of parallel. So if you've been out of work for a long time, I feel you are trying to brainstorm, find those new money-making ideas, and then suddenly a new opportunity arises that is outside of the idea that you had to make money. So I feel like this could be a nice second stream of income or a duality kind of energy where you are doing the two things but don't spread yourself thin, okay? Now, of course, this card is all about protection. So for some of you, and this may not resonate for all of you, I will go to the Celtic cross just to see what opportunities are coming, get a little bit more detail, but this is the overarching energy. And this, as I said, may not resonate with everyone, but I have to mention it. For some of you, you may be staying in a position because you're comfortable right now, and it's protective. I mean, the economy right now is, it's very flexible, let's put it that way. It is volatile, and you may be thinking, you know what, it's better to stay where I'm at right now rather than take a leap of faith, okay? But I feel for some of you, and this happened to me many, many years ago, I stayed in a very toxic position because it felt safe and secure, that I knew where the money was coming from. And of course, I was paying the bills. Most important. So I don't see you jeopardizing that at all. But some of you may be putting your resume out there because you feel a little bit stuck, stifled, or even that you need a little bit more creative control in your career, or you feel like you're not utilizing your skill set. And I mean, this card, it's in the resistance position. So it's like it's in the reverse. So it will go into the upright, but it can indicate that some of you are coming out of your comfort zone in your career. You may be putting that resume out there to find new opportunities. And suddenly you realize that actually a lot of people are very interested in your skill set, and you can have the pick of the bunch is what I see there. So there could be you sort of opening yourself up, because I'm getting this energy of, you're a big fish in a small pond. So I feel like there could be a trajectory here where you are either getting a promotion or being seen or appreciated for something and heavily rewarded for it. But it's almost like you're going from one position to another, and it gives you more opportunity. The doors are opening for you, and you are protected. Now, This card, as you can see, there's a lot of bees, butterflies, and, dragonflies, also hummingbirds. So this can indicate that a lot of you are going to be super busy. I feel like you're actually going to get ahead of your work, okay? You're going to be working really hard. You're going to be in the flow. There's just a lot of movement going on in your career right now. And I feel financially, a lot of you are going to be able to put a little bit of savings away. I know it's easier said than done, but I feel like some of you are actually going to be able to save either to move, because I feel a relocation going on. So either it's your company is relocating. For some of you, if you're an entrepreneur, this could manifest in a way where if you are renting a premises, perhaps some of you are thinking about downsizing and working from home so that you can save a little bit more money for your business. For some of you, it could be that you find a cheaper rental property to run your business from, and you sort of downsize that way. Downsizing doesn't mean you're not doing well, okay? Downsizing means that you're being very clever financially about your financial assets. For some of you, if you're in a company, this could be that your business that you work for is actually relocating or sort of doing some restructure work, and it could be that there is some movement there in some way, or there could be some reshuffles in management, or a merge going on. But I feel that you are protected during this time. You're securing your position in whatever it is that you want to do. But also with this card, this is the bravery card, okay? So this is a card that indicates that you are seeking new experiences, new roles, new status. This is number 30. Of course, when you reduce it, it's 3. 3 plus 0 is 3. So that's Empress energy. So that you're valuing your skill set. And because you value what you bring skill set wise to the table, you are commanding more. So I definitely see that you may be readdressing the balance. If you feel like you're accepting less than you truly deserve at this time, alternative opportunities are arising for you at this time to bring you more, but also make you feel fulfilled, because there's an energy of grounding here, nurture, and growing where you're planted, unless you feel like you are not valued, and then I feel like you're taking yourself elsewhere. Now, of course, this card is the card of going forth and exploring. Very investigative month, whether it's new ideas, new ways of doing things. I'm actually seeing right now a wax seal. You know when someone does it like an official stamp? So you could be dealing with a lot of documents, official documents, legal papers this month. And I'm seeing a fine tooth comb. Oh my gosh, they're literally giving me a fine tooth comb. And by they, I mean my guides, okay? Normally, the images I see are not that direct. I normally have to sort of work it out. But you may be going through documents, important documents, with a fine tooth comb. So there could be a contract, something to sign, that you will sort of move into a new role, promotion, or perhaps if there's a merge, there could be new contracts available because there's a new company involved. Or if companies are breaking away from each other, it can indicate that, again, there's new contracts. So make sure that you get the same benefits as you had before. Negotiate better deals, because anything that starts now will nullify the past. Even if you've been in a company for years, it could signal change in what you get if there's like benefits or bonuses, or even redundancy packages, for example. The time frame doesn't matter anymore because there's a new start date. I don't see any redundancies here, right? I just see a lot of growth. I see progress, and I see you sort of being bold and daring and finding new ways to do things. But also I get this sense here that you are exploring hidden talents as well. And I mean, this card, it literally means, if you knew the deck, it literally means, that you won't see much if you always keep the shore in sight. So this is about coming out of your comfort zone and exploring uncharted territory. Sometimes when we feel a little bit out of our depth, that's when things are getting a little bit exciting, okay? So I feel this is about you either literally traveling and working at the same time, or it can indicate that, you're going to step into a role where you feel like, you know, you have a strong grounding and you have talent, but you're learning a lot of new things on the go. And it may feel thrilling, but also daunting. But you've got this. You're totally on top of things. And I feel this playful energy. Some of you are like super exhausted. I see that you have been feeling like you're on the treadmill of life. It's just the same old thing, just a different day. But I feel like you are looking at your career from a new angle. And I feel there's a lot of growth here. You're protected. And I feel you're really looking or dissecting kind of the inner core of your belief system just to make sure that you're aligned with your goals. I really feel like you're going to be very productive and just, you know, heading in the right direction. So it's all about, do you love where you're at? Is it a healthy environment? Is there room for growth? Is there room for maneuver? If any of those answers are no, I definitely see you setting changes in motion that will benefit you for the future. But I also see progress and more money being attracted to you at this time. Yeah, so look, we've got the Knight of Cups. That's your starting card. It's like, do I love what I do? And am I following my heart? And the answer for the majority of you is yes. Because a Scorpio, you know, I'm a Scorpio too, so I totally understand that a Scorpio, they don't really do something that they don't want to do, okay? You really invest in things that connect to your soul on a deeper level. So, of course, we all have that one job or a couple of jobs that we take that we really don't like love, but it means we pay the bills, you know. But there could be like a creative stepping stone, or it's a means to an end in order to get to where you want to go. There's always a goal in sight, and you make it happen. And I literally see you making things happen at this time. Also, my guys are pointing at the number 17, which is on this card. Okay, some of you may feel unappreciated, or you may feel that you're not seen in your career. That's about to change. There's definitely a spotlight being put on you for the next coming weeks and months. So this could mean a reward or some sort of recognition or victory. But I feel this is more about clarity, new ideas, inspiration, being in a new phase of working, so that you can get the best out of what you do with the time frame that you've got there as well. And you're going to be basking in all of your glory. The energy is getting quite difficult in your reading. And I mean, you've got the 10 of Wands there. So that means that you've got a lot on your plate. You're going to be busy. A lot of you, it is the same thing that you've been doing for the last, you know, couple of months or more. But it feels like, you know, you're getting ahead of things. Especially with the 8 of Wands there. Whoa, okay. Just going to wipe this off. These cards are literally like my babies. I don't like anything to happen to them. And cards rarely go in the water because I need the water to scry with and feel the energy. 6 of Cups, a return to happier times in your working environment, but something being offered to you. And it went in the water. And because we've got you know, the oceans there. Oceans connect to emotions. So basically it's about how you feel. Something that you are going to love with your whole heart and soul, that's going to make it sing, is coming towards you. But for some of you, it could be that either you get offered something just before you go on a vacation, or something that is offered to you could be overseas, or maybe there's news from overseas. For some of you, if you're an entrepreneur, it could indicate that you are going global, or you're getting a lot of attention from an international client or business. It could also be that if you work for a company, look, you got the World card here as well. This is a big deal. This means that you are going to reach your goals, and there is something major to celebrate. You have a lot of major arcana cards here as well. You've got the Judgment card, you've got the World card. So big changes, but bigger rewards are happening here for you at this time. But you worked really hard for it. I feel like you're totally invested. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide my beautiful Scorpio? You've got the 4 of Pentacles there, so securing your future, but also making sure that you save some finances this month. I definitely see you're going to be able to save. So if you've been wondering about that, 2 of Pentacles, we've got there. So that's a need to be flexible. You're going to be super busy, but you're going to enjoy it. So it doesn't feel like hard work, even though it is. We got the 9 of Swords there. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide my beautiful Scorpio? Final cards for this Celtic Cross. We've got the Fool card. Okay, so what have we got going on here? Well, we've got a lot of movement. We've got a lot of like endings and beginnings. So, you know, you've got the World card there and you've got the Fool card. So I would say a lot of you are like tying up loose ends either before you go on a vacation. Maybe you're training somebody to do something that you do. I have to say that when you return all refreshed and had a vacation, if you have someone trained up to do something that you do, I feel you're not going to be completely happy with the job that they did. I feel part of you is going to be like frustrated, like, oh gosh, they didn't do this, or they didn't do this correctly, or they didn't listen, or they didn't write it down. There's just something that you feel a little bit dissatisfied with when you return, but it highlights how awesome you are at what you do, because people notice things. So if you are away and you work for a company, know that they're going to be happy that you return. But it does mean you may have to catch up on some extra work. And that's a bit frustrating, but I have to give that message because it's coming through. For some of you, you've just come back from a vacation and you're like, okay, you're back to reality with a bump. And you're trying to catch up on things. But again, you may have noticed that some things were not done, and maybe that's what the fine-tooth comb is all about. Important documents. I mean, the wax image can indicate a deal, a very important deal, or it could be something was done whilst you're away and attention to detail was not paid, and you have to sort of do it or go over it with a fine-tooth comb just to make sure there's no other mistakes. That's coming through there as well. But also, a lot of you could be starting new projects or new ideas and closing out old projects or things you've been working on for quite some time. Very productive month ahead is what I see. Let's get to your first card. This is you with a lot of skills and a lot of gifts to offer. You're a very talented person, but this is about following your heart, okay? This card, when you get this, it's like, of course, money is important, but you need to see sort of progress. You need to have a sense of value in what you do and know that you're making a difference in whatever it is that you do. So that seems to be the most important to you. Of course, as I said, money is important, and I do see, you know, an increase here in your finances, but I feel this energy of a small increase, so it could be an incentive happening there for you, but the Seven of Pentacles, some of you are like working super hard, and like it feels like you've either got more work on your plate or you're going above and beyond, and it just feels like you're slightly dissatisfied with the finances, okay? And you're checking the exchange right now thinking, you know what, I'm working super hard, harder than that other person over there, and what's the deal? I should be getting a little bit more money. So I feel some of you, if you are not offered a raise or promotion, you're taking yourself elsewhere. But this is about you valuing what you have to offer, and you bring a lot to the plate when it comes to your career sector. Now, I'm getting a couple of energies here. This is about the law of attraction, of course. This is about using your imagination to make your dreams become a reality. And, you know, this is about you setting goals to do things that you love. So I definitely feel this energy that when you put one foot in front of the other, suddenly you're attracting new opportunities. You're inspired, and you're sort of like this valiant energy that no task is too small. You're going to do it all, but make sure that you leave some time to rest, okay? That's important too. Now, I feel there's this kind of energy of like you want whatever role you're in to go somewhere. And if you're currently out of a job and you're looking for a new role, or even if you are in a role and you're just dissatisfied and you're looking for a new opportunity, there is one being offered to you. I gotta be honest, it's more money, but also it's a lot more task-based responsibility. I feel like you're going to be super busy in this. So make sure that the money is right for the amount of work that is on show for you to do, because I feel this energy of them trying to offer you a little bit less than should be offered for this role. But I do get a sense here that you'll be able to negotiate a better deal. You know, I always say negotiate them a little bit up, like ask for a little bit more than you're actually expecting, and then they'll negotiate you down to the actual figure that you're hoping for. I feel like you'll be successful on getting the figure that you want in and about that sort of figure anyway, okay? Now, we do have the 10 of Wands. So something's been highly pressured. I feel like you've been under a lot of responsibility. You've had a lot of work on your plate, and some of you are trying to get ahead of yourself, and it just feels like a lot, okay? 10 of Wands is you're exhausted. Also, some of you are burning the candle at both ends, and I feel I'm getting this energy that some of you have some things that you really love in your career. You may have a certain task or responsibility that you think, you know what, I could spend all my days doing this. I really love it. And then it's almost like the reality is there's a lot of other things that you don't like so much. This could be administrative tasks. So it's like you are doing a lot of brainstorming, having lots of wonderful new ideas, but then you're like, oh, I never get the time to be able to do that because I got to do the other stuff. So I feel a lot of you are going to be doing the stuff that's been building up, the stuff that perhaps you don't love so much and hasn't been a priority, but I feel like you're going to prioritize it over the next coming weeks and months and get it all out of the way so that you feel fresh and renewed and, it's a job well done. You're going to feel really proud of yourself. That 10 of Wands indicates that you are going to be super busy, but also it indicates whatever it is that you are trying to accomplish, you're nearly there. You're someone who is very strong. Some of you have been taking on some extra work or responsibilities. You've been doing a lot of heavy lifting in your career, and it shows. So I feel like, yes, you're exhausted, but this figure is literally carrying all of those wands. Remember, wands are all about passion, intensity, drive, accomplishment, ambition, and this figure is nearly home. And your first card there is home. That's your protagonist energy. Your desire right now is literally to take it home. Now, that can figuratively mean that you are, accomplishing what you want and reaching your goal. And that's what I feel is happening in your reading. But also, I feel some of you could literally be just really close to, finishing a really big project, and then you're just going to move on to something else, and it's just a relief, because the Nine of Swords there can be a relief that something that has been a bit of a nightmare that you may have had to brainstorm some solution to, suddenly, you can breathe again. It's like, it's over, it's done, I've finished it, it's gone, I never have to revisit that again, okay? And some of you are literally trying to work really hard, like double hard, in order to either buy property or move out of your home, have more independence, or basically some of you have been trying to go into real estate or do something that brings in second streams of income or passive streams of income. This could be that you are, utilizing your skill set, your knowledge, and putting courses online so that people can learn from you, but at the same time, there's some extra money ticking in there as well. I'm just seeing lots of ideas floating about. You're going to take next steps on that, and you are really close to launching it. I feel, you could launch this in August or, on the cusp of August into September. That's what I'm seeing there as well. But I feel it's definitely on the cards, and it's going to happen, and it's going to be very financially viable for you as well. The Eight of Wands, of course, this is the earthly plane. Busy, 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 but also you're up to the challenge, and I feel this is movement. Again, you're having this major movement happening here. So with the cards that I see, I feel there could be an opportunity of promotion, but I feel it's more than that. I feel like some of you could be starting something new, but you're not starting from scratch, you're starting from experience. Also, the Eight of Wands, this is a travel card, so either you're going to get news from overseas, or you're going to travel with your work, or you could even be being more nomadic and just be on the go and work from anywhere in the world. Maybe this is something you're trying to work towards. It will become your reality. There's a lot of ambition here, and the World card indicates whatever you set your intention at, you shall achieve it. And I see a lot of success here. Also, the Eight of Wands is really good news. So whether you are trying to win a lucrative deal, because, the wax seal can represent sealing a deal, or whether you are trying to move ahead with a difficult client, or perhaps you're trying to win a deal or an opportunity. If you're a creative, it could be that you're going to an audition. If you are going for an interview for a role, I see you winning the role and it being yours, and it's a fresh new start, and it's very exciting. There's a lot of potential swirling around you and a lot of success there as well. Eight of Wands, good news, and I feel it's something that you will celebrate as well. But also, this is a card where it's like you're going to have a lot of energy over the next coming weeks and months, because things are going to be moving fast for you, okay? This is a very fast-paced period for you. I feel like you will need to carve out some good quality time so that you can get everything done, but also rest. This card says ready, Are you ready for the pace? Well, get ready. Things are about to gain momentum, and I feel there's a transformative energy about this as well. There are some changes happening in your career that you will celebrate later on, okay? Now, we have the Judgment card, and this is in the past position. So this can indicate that you've made some major decisions and you're sticking to them. You've promised yourself that you're going to work in a certain way or take a certain path, and it feels enlightened. This is also a card of self-evaluation, but also self-realization that something needs to change. So either it's your workload, or either it's the way that you approach your work. You need to inject a little bit more excitement. I mean, the Ten of Wands in this position is you're working super hard and you're exhausted. But it's a crossing position. So you read the other side of it there as well, which means new beginning, inspiration. It also means that some of you could be taking a break after working so hard. And some of you could also, because you are someone who's very intense about your work. You know, I'm a Scorpio. I completely understand that. When you set your mind to something, you don't give up on it and you see it through to the end. But it could also indicate that, you know, everything doesn't have to be always done all at once. You can compartmentalize or prioritize, and that the world can be won another day. You know, you can stay on a steady course rather than feel the pressure of feeling like, oh my gosh, I got to do it all at once, or the goal seems so massive and overwhelming that perhaps you feel that it's so big that you just get into analysis paralysis. But I feel like whatever it is, you're taking steps towards it and you're going to accomplish it. So breathe. What is meant for you will never pass you by. Also, the Judgment card is a card of understanding what you need to do, almost like writing a to-do list, focusing on your true north, your life's purpose, your life mission. And it's really about, you know, setting intentions. And it feels also like a renewal, a rebirth. So if you have been feeling exhausted, expect a major injection of energy, a boost of energy to get everything done, and feel really proud of yourself as well. Lots of downloads this month. I see lots of new ideas, hunches, paying attention to your intuition, and really sort of like listening to your calling and running with it. I feel nothing is going to get in your way. You are unstoppable. We have that Six of Cups there, okay? Now the Six of Cups, of course, it's in your potential position, and it means a return to healthier working practices, but also a return to a period of where you love what you do. So either that's you stepping into a new role with that Fool card. Some of you are launching an entrepreneurship. You're becoming your own boss, and it really feels freeing, but at the same time, you have to be very diligent, and you have to motivate yourself to keep on top of your tasks and responsibilities. And I definitely see that you're going to be able to do that. For some of you, you're already an entrepreneur, and this is about returning to something that you enjoyed doing. So it could be a way of working. It could be that you return to a certain area of expertise. It could also be that you return to a talent or a gift that you have that you can now utilize in your everyday circumstances, and it just makes things run a little bit smoothly there as well. Also, I see some of you either hearing from someone you used to work with, or perhaps it's a friend who offers an opportunity. I feel there's this energy of hearing it on the grapevine, okay? So it could be if you're looking for a new role or opportunity, a friend may reach out, or they may hold the key to you being offered something new there as well. And I also see you doing someone a favor in the next coming weeks and months. This could be that you like impart some wisdom, but this person, they will return the favor, even though you're not giving them, you know, information or help or guidance in some way in order to get a return from that favor. They will return it later on, and it'll be a really nice, wonderful surprise, because I feel this person, they never forget a kindness, okay? Now also that Six of Cups, it literally means that your past brings forth a gift into the present. So it could be something that you've already done or already been working on. It is going to be very fruitful. So it could be a project, or it could be that you've been working really hard and suddenly you're offered a bonus for the work that you've been doing throughout the year. Some of you could have an appraisal or some sort of major meeting where you are appreciated for your skill set and told that either there is a new role being carved out for you, or there is a new opportunity to figurehead a team, or even, you know, step into a raise or a promotion there, or new income. This also indicates that the universe is stepping in to bring you opportunities that you will love. And I feel this is because, you know, you have a gift to share with the world, whatever it is. You have a mission and you're being called to utilize that talent or gift. It brings you peace and you're being remembered by the universe. And there is some wonderful prosperity being sent your way at this time. Also, I feel some of you may actually be given a gift in your work, okay? So it could be that someone leaves something on your desk, or if you have been an entrepreneur, it could be that a client really appreciates your skill set and sends you like a little thank you or a tip in some way. I feel like, you know, you could have increased tips if you are someone who gets a tip as a way of also being paid. But I definitely see a token of appreciation happening here. So some of you may have felt like you've been working behind the scenes and go unnoticed, but this is the month where you are seen. Now we have the World card there. Of course, the World card indicates glory, victory, success, but also tying up loose ends. And it's a card of reaching a final destination or a place in your work where you can feel truly happy, comfortable, and fulfilled in, okay? Also, I feel this energy of things coming full circle. So it feels like perhaps someone you used to know will kind of, you know, as I said, offer an opportunity or a piece of advice, or it feels like things are interconnected in some way. So it could be that maybe someone you know shows up in your industry and it's a small world, for example. I'm really getting that happening there. For some of you, you're thinking about emigrating or moving your business, relocating in some way, and it's about opening a whole world of new opportunities for you there and getting the best out of what it is that you do. But this is a card of success. It's a card of productivity. It's a card of being on top of your goals and really feeling proud of yourself. And in the next 6 weeks, there is something to celebrate. This is a victory card. You know, there's a victory wreath there, but it's also about balance. All the elements coming together. Things are taking shape for you, and you're making this happen. You know, you're at the center of your reading. That Knight of Cups is like, what do I love doing? What can I offer to this role? How can I accomplish whatever it is I set out to do? So you're really valuing your skill set, and then the world and the universe is actually turning things in your favor, and everything is taking shape for you. Okay, as you can see, there are 4 elements there on the World card. This can indicate that you have all the ingredients to be very, very successful and that you're destined for the top. It's really interesting. Thanks so much. I'm truly grateful. I'm actually seeing in the water a griffin. Okay, now I did see this image just before I started your reading, okay, and I actually wrote it down that I'm seeing a griffin. Now, a griffin, of course, is half eagle, half lion, and I've just seen it as soon as I've touched this card. And of course, there's an eagle there and a lion. Okay, now I'm just going to show you because I did write it down. It's here. Griffin, but it's on a coin, and I see it on a coin here. So either some of you are literally going to find, I hope you can read my writing, I scrawled it there before I do everyone's reading. I do it like a little 10-minute sort of like check-in meditation there. And it says Griffin coin. Okay, now Griffin, what I've written here is strength, wealth, courage, and leadership, tapped for an opportunity, destined for greatness. Half eagle, this could represent higher perspective, bird's eye view, strategizing something before, and then we've got the lion, of course, courage, launching something, taking action on something, having the strength to do it. Also, I was given this energy of military. So some of you could be either connected to the services, or you could come into contact with someone who is in the services. And maybe they're going to be a client, or maybe they are in your industry in some way. It could also be this energy of being regimented and organized and being on top of things. Okay, so I'm seeing that there. For some of you, you're literally going to gain more wealth because of your skill set and your bold, daring moves in your career, that you are unique and you do something a little bit different from other people and it sets you apart. But also look out for a coin that is very unique. It could have a griffin on it. I can't really think of a country that has a coin with a griffin on it, but I will look it up after this reading. So it may be something that you have or something that you will see or find, but it indicates more wealth coming your way. And it's a strategy that you've implemented that will be very, very successful indeed. This is the card of success, okay? Now, also, we've got the Seven of Pentacles. This is your advice to yourself in this moment. You're checking the exchange. There's something you're not completely satisfied with, and I feel like you're diligently working hard towards your goals and dreams. And of course, this card does mean with patience and diligence and putting one foot in front of the other and investing your energy into something and your attention to detail, that you are going to be very successful, and there's a lot of growth going on in your career. However, this figure has grown all those pentacles, and only one is ripe for the picking. So it may feel that it's a slow process. So you're checking the exchange and seeing if you can approach your career or your money situation in a different way in order to increase the output, okay? Because I feel like your input is a lot. You're going above and beyond, but now you want to see the exchange, the money in the bank. So some of you may be either implementing second streams of income. You have that Two of Pentacles there, which is a card of duality. And you could be having new ideas on how to do that, but also some of you are basically thinking about long-term security and, of course, long-term wealth, generational wealth. Seven of Pentacles, when it comes to your personal finances, it can indicate, that things are going okay. You have enough to get by, and it can be that, that you may spend some of your money on self-development at this time, upskilling or learning a new computer program, or trying to invest in maybe a second business so that it can really take root and come off the ground there. With that Two of Pentacles, it can be that you're utilizing finances from something that you have as a steady job or a steady role, and you're putting it into something that is more freelance or creative, or something that's a little bit more sporadic, maybe launching that new business yourself. So it can mean that you're using one to inform the other in some way. Either way, the Seven of Pentacles is a different approach, opening up to a new strategy. So it could be that you're staying in the role that you're in, but approaching your work in a different way, or you're staying in the company and you could be offered a new role or an opportunity to move into a different department or figurehead something or launch something. This card is a card that you're reflecting on your progress, and you're at a crossroads right now, and you're thinking about what is no longer for you, whether it's a task or responsibility that you absolutely hate. It could be something that you delegate this month to somebody else, or outsource if you have the potential to do so. It could be, if you're an entrepreneur, that you're finding an accountant or a PA or someone else who can manage a part of your industry that you feel you don't have the time to do, so that you can free up your time to do something a little bit more exciting. So I definitely see that there's a lot going on there as well. Four of Pentacles, this is about securing your position, but it's also about savings. So I definitely see that there's long-term security here. You're financially going to be able to save a little bit more. Okay, so as you can see, this figure, Seven Pentacles, four being saved, and the rest going out on bills or investing in new sort of second streams of income or new lines of inquiry, investigating ideas. But it could also be that you are thinking about purchasing something, and you are just saving for you to be able to secure whatever it is that is the large purchase. For some of you, it could be a vacation, could be a car, could be a home. So please take it as it resonates there as well. Now, that Four of Pentacles, it also indicates, are you holding on to something that's secure but is toxic, is not good for you? So you may be looking at implementing healthier working practices, maybe getting advice from someone in HR if you feel that the working environment is not a healthy one. You could be changing the approach, but really discussing it with someone who has the potential to help you implement those changes, or at least give you advice on how to sort of get rid of distractions. For example, if there's like a noise in the office, or someone who's like super loud and taking their personal conversation right by your desk because your desk happens to be by the water cooler, you're like, okay, this is distracting me. You may go to HR and say, hey, look, I know people talk. People need to talk. Talking is great. So it bonds people together. I'm not complaining about that. Is there a potential for you to move the water cooler to another part of the office where it's literally not by my ear? So I feel like you find a solution to something that's been bugging you. I'm only giving you that as an example, because of course it's not going to resonate with everyone, but that is the example there. Four Pentacles, this indicates that you are securing a platform that will be financially viable, but you're making sure that you get the best out of your skill set and the best out of the opportunity. You're not allowing life or time to pass you by. I feel like you're on top of your goals and responsibilities. Two of Pentacles, this is a hope and a fear position. Some of you may feel there's a lot of changes going on in your industry or in your environment, and you have to remain ahead of the curve or be flexible. Also, you may be dealing with some very inconsistent people over the next coming weeks and months. If someone asks you for something, get it in writing, because they are very changeable at this time, and they could kind of like spin it that they told you what they wanted, but they may try to point fingers at you and say, well, I actually wanted it a different way, and I did tell you, and you're like, well, no, you didn't. And even though you are right, this person, they may not take accountability for their actions, and they may try to sort of blame it on you. So if there's anything requested of you, make sure you get it in writing, okay? Because I feel with that Nine of Swords, there could be someone who tries to push your buttons or try to cause a bit of a disruption or distraction in the office. You know, what I'm being given here, and you're very intuitive, you're actually a lot psychic at times. If someone, it's like a magician, right? It's like sleight of hand. Someone saying something over here, distracting what's going on over here. So I feel some of you could be paying attention to someone's motivations or intentions. You know, it's almost like someone saying that they're going to call someone out for not doing any work, when really they're the one that's not doing any work. They're trying to project so that you look elsewhere. So just watch out for that, because I feel there could be somebody who is trying to get away with something else on the sly, especially if you're an entrepreneur and you have people working for you. There could be someone who, you know, tries to present themselves as the best thing since sliced bread, when actually they're coasting and other people are picking up tasks and responsibilities. So you may need to have like a meeting and an honest sort of appraisal from each person and say, hey, how's things going? How's the team working together? And there may be some interesting things that come up there, and you may be able to restructure a way to maybe inspire someone to work harder, or perhaps reshuffle and maybe, you know, call this person out in some way. Also, Two of Pentacles, on a personal level, this could be that you are creating some sense of balance because you are going to be very busy. This is about you multitasking. I feel like you've got a lot on your plate. For some of you, it's like you don't want to drop the ball. You know you're going to be busy, and know that you will not. You're totally going to hit your targets there. But also, some of you may feel a little bit overwhelmed. Okay, so I feel it's important to get good quality rest, good quality sleep. Nine of Swords can indicate some of you have been burning the candle at both ends. Things are going to get really busy, and I feel for some of you, especially if you work in a career where you work for a company, I feel like, you know, people are watching what you do and they are really impressed. So I feel they may put the pressure on to see if you're up to moving into a managerial role, or if you're already in one of those, move even higher. Okay, so sometimes when a person is playing hardball, it's because they're testing you to see if you're up to the challenge, to see how you deal with it. And you totally rise to the challenge, and they absolutely love the way that you work. Okay, but I feel it's really important to manage stress levels and pressure there as well. Now, Nine of Swords, it can indicate, you know, getting better sleep, very important there, but also it could indicate that you may come across a problem in the next coming weeks or months that you really have to sit with and reflect on. I feel with the Fool card, you find a way to find a solution. So it's not a big deal. I want you to be aware of that, but I want you to be aware that something could arise. That's why I'm saying get something in writing, okay? It's very important, get it in writing. Also, the Nine of Swords, it can indicate that some of you may be facing some worrying changes. Okay, but with the Fool card, I feel like you have a lot of potential to turn it around. There's a fresh new start, and actually, sometimes when we're about to do something new, sometimes the anxiety can arise, especially if you're moving into a new role. That means there's new people, a new way of working. You know, it's a critical time where you are showcasing your skill set, but also trying to learn as you do something. And it can feel a little bit like overwhelming, whether that's a new project or a new role, or even you branching out if you're an entrepreneur into different arenas in your industry. It can feel exhilarating, but also terrifying. But I feel like you're feeling the fear and doing it anyway, whatever it is, okay? Fool card, some of you are launching these new ideas, or you're launching a new business or an entrepreneurship or a new branch or a new way of working. And the Fool card indicates there's a lot of potential, but also this is about having fun in whatever it is that you're doing, because you're spending so much time doing it. You may as well enjoy yourself whilst you're doing it. And if you're not, I really feel like you're addressing the balance. This is a card of a new journey, a new beginning. So for a lot of you, it could be new projects, maybe even a new person entering into the arena of where you work. And this person, you're really going to like this person. You don't tend to, accept a person into your inner circle, especially, there's different circles. There's the very inner core, when it's like your deep friendships, family, the people that you consider your soul tribe. Then of course, then there's the people that perhaps you work with. Now, some of them are in the circle, some of them are acquaintances, some of those people you would rather not work with. But this new person who's entering your working environment, you really like this person and you get on really well with this person. And this person will be an ally, okay? There will be someone that, you enjoy their company, but at the same time, they have something to impart in a way of a skill. I mean, we can all learn something from everybody that we meet, okay? And I feel like there is a beneficial relationship or partnership with this new person who comes in. And it could be like later on down the line, but I feel like there's a lot of mutual respect going on there. Now, also the Fool card, it can indicate that, you may be taking a risk or doing something bold and daring. I mean, this card here and this card here, there is an affinity with these two cards. So this is about being bold, daring, taking a leap of faith, doing something different, and it's going to be rewarding, it's going to pay off. And there's some really awesome news along the way. So very excited about your trajectory. I feel there's a lot of things happening. You are going to be busy, but I really feel like you're going to have the energy to take charge, is what I see. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide? Now, I'm also being given that a griffin used to be connected to a financial institution. So again, it could in some way indicate like new wealth coming your way. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide my beautiful Scorpio? What do they need to know? Can you please guide them for their highest good? What are they meant to be aware of at this time? Okay. They want 4. 4 is obviously a very important number for you. We've got clever ploy. As I said, get everything in writing. So this could be a test, or it could be, something that perhaps you just have to deal with. It says here, step up your game, outwit them, negotiate wise tactics and behind the scenes. So, I don't see anything going on against you behind the scenes. I got to be honest, there's no people here doing anything untoward, although there may be a person who is trying to, as I said, it's like a magician. It's like they're trying to say, oh, look over here, there's a major thing going on over here, when really secretly they're doing something behind the scenes. So, I mean, I feel like you call them out or you catch them at it. But ultimately, I feel if you're asked to do anything, in writing is the best way forward. We have discern. Okay, so this is about screening your options. Important choices, pros and cons of thing, digging for gold, and only the best. Because you bring the best. You're the person who is showing up for yourself 100%. That 10 of Wands tells me that you're giving it everything you've got, and you're going to make a success of it. We've also got abundance here, because of course you are attracting abundance. Please notice the headdress on this person. It is very much like this one. So a lot of fruit there, indicating the fruits of your labor will be enjoyed, that you're attracting more prosperity there. It says, fruits of your labor, harvest, extra cash, fulfilled, blessed, overflow, and the time is ripe. Definitely, the time is now. I feel like you are taking full advantage of your time. We did see that clock there as well. And it says direction. So, of course, this card is all about your direction. It's about you making a difference, making progress. And it says, finding your way, study, mentor, career search, many jobs, and diverging paths. Now, all of those energies came up in your reading. So even in a different deck, the same energy is kind of coming out there for you. I'm just going to go and get a trinket or a rune for you before we close. Also, some of you may want to enter the competition to win a free personal reading. If that's you, all you have to do is take a moment of time. I mean, you're going to be hard pressed to find some time because you're going to be super busy. But if you can find 5 minutes quietness, then please play a song called You're the Voice by John Farnham. And then as you're listening to that song, write in the comment section below, I stand strong with an attitude of gratitude. Music, it raises vibrations. And since we are currently at a critical point in the world, playing a song that raises vibrations is very important. Now, of course, if you don't like that song that has been suggested by my guides, then please choose one that resonates with you more. The effect shall be the same. And my guides will point me in the direction of one person to offer a free personal reading to. Please press your notification bell because I will be sort of announcing the competition winner at the end of the month, and that bell will let you know, okay? Now, finally, we have the wisdom rune. So this is about utilizing your skill set. For some of you, this can connect to apprenticeship, learning as you earn. So you're doing something on the go there. But also this is all about inspiration. It's about advice and getting advice. It can be a rune of being tested. And I feel some of you... there's a lot of pressure on, or you're going to be very busy. And for some people, it could be that they feel tested, but you feel exhilarated. It feels very much like you've got the energy to just run with it and rise to the challenge. And of course, we've got the birch rune. So this is all about becoming. This is birthing new ideas. This connects to your reputation is what I see there as well. And I feel you're going from strength to strength, but also it's about you taking root and finding healthier practices in the way that you work to make sure that you are branching out in the right way and that, you know, you are attracting more for the effort that you've been putting in there too, okay? So I'm going to leave it there. I hope something resonates in this reading for you. If it does, please like or subscribe to my channel. Completely free for you. All you have to do is press that little notification bell and it lets you know when I update my next message. It lets me know that you resonate, which is very, very important for me too. Thank you so much, my beautiful Scorpio, and love and light.